Accelerator 2.0 is a state-of-the-art web-based software that allows you to do everything from e-rating to e-contracting, including the ability to produce fully compliant menu presentations. Our goal is to make the process as streamlined, consistent, and simple as possible for you and your dealership staff. After logging in, click on the toolbar icon and click on New Quote to get started. We'll begin on step 1 of the quote process. You'll be asked for information specific to the deal that you are rating. For instance, if I switch the deal type to finance, you can see that different fields appear. I'll switch it back to cash for this demonstration. The system is also DMS integrated, so if you have a deal number, you can put it in this field and all of the pertinent information will populate. Next, click on Get Rates to proceed to the second step of the quoting process. This is the step where we will build the compliant menu presentation. The vehicle and deal information is summarized in this area. Products can be added to the menu columns using the drag and drop feature. You can see that if a product already exists from that category, the new selection will simply replace that product. Use the icons above to toggle through different product categories. You can also right-click a category to have it either added or replaced in all columns. Custom templates may be available to you to select in this dropdown. The default that loaded is the suggested template, and this pulls products based on vehicle and deal information that was added on the first step. If you wish to change the appearance of the menu, you can do that by clicking on this drop-down list and choosing other layout options, such as Step and Tile. In most cases, the column menu is the most popular, so we'll switch back to that layout. I'll continue to drag and drop some options onto the menu that I'm planning to present to the customer. Click the red X to remove a product. I can also click the OFAC check button to confirm that the customer is not on a government sanctions list. This page opens in a separate screen and can be closed when you're finished. I'd also like to point out the timeline feature. This is a feature that can be accessed throughout every following step of the quoting and contracting process, and it shows you all activity on the quote or contract. You're also able to make notes. The timeline can also be exported as a PDF or Excel document in case the process ever needed to be reviewed in the future. Next, I'll click the Surcharges button to review the optional surcharges available for this deal. I can add them by clicking the checkbox and clicking the Save button. Any mandatory surcharges will also be listed here, but they're sort of grayed out, so you cannot make any adjustments to them. When I'm ready to present the menu to the customer, I'll click on Print Menu. The page that pops up allows me to review the information for the menu. The customer name is pre-populated because I used a deal number, but you may have to fill in some fields on this page. When I'm finished with entry and review on this page, I'll click the Continue button. And now I'm able to see a preview of what will be presented to the customer. I have a couple options from this page. I can print the menu, go back, or continue. There's also an option to send the menu as an email to the customer. Everything looks right, so I'll go ahead and click the Print button. When that's printed and I've presented it to the customer, I can hit the Continue button to return to the quote. Next, I'll click the Disclaimer button to get to the disclosure. The disclosure summarizes what was presented to the customer and what coverages they've accepted and what they have forfeited. If the customer decides to make changes at this stage, you can always drag and drop products from either column. I'll click Cost Preferences to review how the costs are presented to the customer. I see that it's showing the complete accepted costs, so I'll hit Continue to be taken to a preview of the disclosure form. From this screen, I can choose to print the disclosure, go back and make changes, or hit Contract to proceed with the contracting process. I'm going to close this page so I can show you a few more things. Just like you were able to contract from the disclosure form, you can also choose the column you wish and contract from this page. Now we're on the third contracting step of the process. I can select a payment type from this step using this drop-down menu. I'll review the contract information and fill in any missing fields. I'm going to click Save and Preview Contracts to look at a sample of what the contracts will look like. The draft contracts will pop up in a separate window. Go ahead and review them, and then close the window. Now that I'm ready for the final step, I'll click Create Contracts. This will take us to the final step of the contracting process. Review the finance amount and click Acknowledge and Accept. On this screen, you have a few different options. You can print the contracts, view the disclaimer and print the disclaimer. You can email the contracts to the customer. You can void the contracts and go back to make changes, or you can finish. You can also see that the timeline is also available, and you can review all activity on the contract by clicking the timeline button. When you click Finish, you'll be returned to the New Quote screen. You'll be able to review the contract you just created by clicking on Contract Search from the toolbar. From the Contract Search page, you can view or void your contracts. If we were interrupted during our quoting and contracting process, we can look in the Quote Search section to review any incomplete quotes. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our support team. Thanks!